When it comes to effective communication, there are certain things that you can do that will make the outcome desirable for you and the other person. And there are certain things that you can do without even realizing it that can completely destroy the entire interaction. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you should never do when communicating with someone else if your intention is to build a connection with them. Hey guys, my name is Paul Masetta and I am a researcher in the field of human communication. So if you like learning about things like influence, persuasion, and human communication, then go ahead and consider subscribing. So the first thing that you should never do when you are communicating with someone else is break eye contact when that person is speaking to you. So it's a pretty well-known and accepted fact that eye contact is extremely important when it comes to communication. Now, but there's a caveat to this. I have found that when I am speaking to someone else, I vary my eye contact. So I will make eye contact with them for a certain amount of time, and then I may look away when I'm thinking about something, or I have to ponder a thought for a second. I might deviate. What I find is that, number one, this is a natural behavior of people when they are thinking and trying to recall information. They may break eye contact to think about what they want to say or recall information to make sure that they have their facts correct. Also, what this does is it kind of breaks up the monotony of communication and doesn't put me into stalker mode. So when I'm speaking to somebody, I'm not just sitting there staring at them deep into their eyes like I want to kill them, right? Now, listen, if you're on a date and it's a romantic setting and it's an intimate type of setting, that's a different situation. But what I'm talking about is in most professional, social, or casual situations, I have found that varying my eye contact when I am speaking, especially when I need to recall information, is okay. What is not okay is when the other person is speaking and you start moving away and looking around and breaking eye contact with them. What this is going to do is subliminally send a message to them that what they are saying to you is not important right now, and that there is something else in your environment that is more worthy of your attention at that moment. And that's going to ultimately break the rapport and the connection that you are attempting to build with that person. The second thing that you want to avoid doing when communicating with someone is being fidgety or moving around a lot. Because what this signifies is that you are nervous or uneasy about the interaction, and that person might begin to sense that you have something to hide or you have some reason to be nervous when maybe you don't. Maybe you just are kind of like a fidgety person. I know I am. I know for years I dealt with restless leg syndrome, where I was never actually diagnosed with it, but like when I was in sales situations, my legs would be going 100 miles an hour underneath the desk. And when I was in sales, we had these glass offices, and it wasn't until a manager pointed it out to me. He said, I could see from inside the office, I could see your legs under the desk going 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I said, yeah, but my legs are underneath the desk. Like, the person can't see that. And he taught me something very profound. This guy was a master salesman, and he said, they don't need to see what you are doing to feel your body language. So they don't actually need to see the legs moving to sense the nervousness and anxiety that's coming from that hidden movement. And once I became cognizant and aware of that, I made it my business to stop fidgeting when I'm communicating with other people. So you want to avoid moving around and using lots of fidgety movements when you're communicating. And then the third thing that you never want to do is finish people's sentences. So lots of times when you're communicating with someone, maybe they're talking a little bit too slow, maybe they're taking a little longer than necessary to get to the point, and you kind of already know what they're going to say before they say it. So you just feel the need to finish the sentence for the person. Not only is this rude, but it's insulting to the other person. And here's the reason why. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Human beings have a fundamental human need to be understood and to be listened to and to have their words, thoughts, opinions, and values listened and paid attention to. And sometimes people just want to be heard, even if they know that you know exactly what they're going to say. Really, they just want to be heard and they want to be understood. And when you finish someone's sentences or you talk over them, you take that away from them. And it becomes insulting. And in some cases, it becomes infuriating. Like the reality is, I don't care if you know what I'm going to say before I say it. Let me say it the same way. I might know exactly what you're going to say before you say it. And I might be able to finish your sentence for you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you the opportunity, the time, and the chance to fully express what it is that you want to say, because I know that that's going to make you feel valued. And number two, once you've expressed that, you're then going to be open and relaxed and non-resistant to what I have to say, especially if what I have to say may be a counter argument to what you just said. You see, a lot of times people get caught up in mindless arguments because they're not letting each other talk. And so each person feels like they need to get everything out and talk over the other person. But the reality is, if you just stay quiet and let that person finish their thought, finish their sentence, get it out of them, once it's complete and they know that you heard and understood everything that they said, in most cases, they will calm down and relax and wait for you to then express what you need to say. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And if you enjoy this type of video content, then go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you do, hit that bell notification so you get updated when I release more videos like this.